right, Mr. Teleferro TV, how's everybody doing out there? I am still a tad bit confused on this Dennis Smith Jr. situation, man. I woke up one day and just realized, yo, when did this situation get that bad? Man, look, Dennis Smith Jr. is likely to be traded from Dallas. That is what I'm hearing. I watched Dallas's coach Rick Carlisle deliver a statement in a presser a couple days back and say, you know, tell Dennis we would love to have him back with the team. They're faking injuries right now for him. They're saying he's out with like a sore back and this injury and that. He's not out with an injury. He doesn't want to be a part of the Dallas Mavericks team anymore. All right. Now, apparently this all stemmed from Dennis's lack of. He knows he's no longer the #1 guy in the future. The future is about LUKA DONCIC, right, in Dallas, and he knows for the right move, he'll be gone. I gotta believe Dennis Smith Jr. must have heard from somebody behind the scenes that Dallas has been shopping him, like even before all this, right? Because they have been shopping him the last couple days. That's out in the public, right? But before that, I gotta believe Dennis heard something, right? Because right now, the only thing we know out in the atmosphere is Dennis was pretty much upset with how the Dallas Mavericks were using him. And reportedly, he was, you know, on the court ignoring play calls from Rick Carlisle. That's not good. Here's what I don't want to have happen to Dennis Smith Jr. I don't want him to damage his reputation. That's what I don't want. I don't want this. I want this young man to damage his reputation, and he becomes washed goods, gets a rep, and teams don't want to take a chance on him. He's still a good talent. I told you guys before, I think he's a hybrid between a Russell Westbrook and a Damian Lillard. He's just young, only in his second, third year. Like, give him time. To me, he's in that same class with Lonzo and them, right? And De'Aaron Fox. To me, he's shown me more than those guys night in, night out. And I like De'Aaron Fox, but Dennis Smith competes every freaking night. He's just not LUKA DONCIC. Nothing's wrong with that. He's just not LUKA DONCIC. Rick Carlisle's reached out to Dennis, and I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but in the public, he said, we would love to have him back. And reportedly, Dennis Smith Jr. is like, I don't want to come back to your team. I don't like how it's getting painted in the media. I know Rick Carlisle's is a... Look, I'm telling y'all some behind-the-scenes media stuff right now. Rick Carlisle's is loved not only by that Dallas ownership and, you know, obviously Mark Cuban and the way Dallas does things, it's just different in Dallas, right? Look at how loyal Mark Cuban has been to Dirk Nowitzki and Rick Carlisle. Rick's won a ring and Dirk's won a ring. That pretty much gave them a lifetime contract with the Dallas Mavericks. They're not firing Rick Carlisle's, and Dirk could have retired whenever he wanted to. I guess he's just retiring because he can't even get up to be on the bench anymore. That's how bad his body is breaking down on him, and it should break down at this point, right? So you know they're rolling with Rick Carlisle over any player. Now with Rick Carlisle, he has a lot of relationships with the media. And to me, it seems like they're painting Dennis Smith Jr. out as the bad guy, and we've yet to hear his side of the story. Dennis seems like a solid dude. Matter of fact, ever since J. Cole called him solid on 21 Savage's album, it seems like all hell is broke loose in his career. I hate that for him, but I don't want his image destroyed or tainted in the midst of all this. To me, he seems like a competitor, and he might have just got a little jealous about the shine Luka was getting. The ball is in Luka's hands. Dennis is not the point guard of the future. I personally, I see it from both ways. I don't know if I would give up on Dennis Smith Jr. right now because I don't think the timing is right. Again, if you know Luka's your point guard, let him be point forward. Let him do that. But unless you're gonna get something valuable for Dennis Smith Jr. back, man, let him run the two. Let him be the small two guard and let him just create. You're just gonna give this guy away right now? Way before his contract is up? Like, why? I just don't understand it. Like, Dallas needs to accumulate more talent. If you get a top 5 pick for Dennis Smith Jr., trade him. Go get Zion or RJ Barrett. Please be my guest. But right now, I think we're pulling the trigger a little too early for me. But Dennis Smith Jr. reportedly is not coming back to Dallas. We'll see how this plays out. I hope Dennis Smith Jr. just laces up his boots and continues to compete, man. I know he's frustrated right now, but I mean, the next situation will be better than this one. Just, I don't want his reputation to get tainted, and that's what it looks like right now. That, again, Rick Carlisle has a stamp. He has a good fingerprint and a pulse on that Dallas media, man, and they're riding with him in this situation. I'm sure he's talking to them directly, and Dennis Smith Jr. is probably not. So we're getting one side of the story, and I don't like how that's going, man. I don't like that at all. Stay solid, Dennis Smith Jr. I'm out. I came from nothing, but I want everything God has for me. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I still represent the culture.
I got the kids. They are now tuned in.
Yo, we locked in right now, Mr.
Telefair.
Mr. Telefair.
Mr. Telefair.
Mr. Telefair.
Shout out to Mr. Telefair.
You're watching Mr. Telefair TV.
Mr. Telefair TV. Here with the Triple B's, you can't do nothing but win.